The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker was awesome, said no one ever. The last release in the Skywalker saga, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, is back in the news because apparently, allegedly, there's more of it, and Disney and Lucasfilm are dumb enough to think we want more. Here's the story. Alleged Star Wars leaker claims existence of an alternate cut of J.J. Abrams' The Rise of Skywalker. This past weekend, a massive leak about Disney's Star Wars sequel trilogy was posted on Reddit. Among many interesting pieces of information, the author of the leak claims that there exists an entirely different cut of J.J. Abrams' fairly divisive Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Before we begin, however, it is important to note that this has in no way been confirmed by Disney, Lucasfilm, or anyone involved with the making of the Star Wars sequel trilogy. On top of that, the author deleted their account shortly after creating the post, so take this information with a pinch of salt. I suggest an entire planet. Crate sounds nice this time of year. Now that we got this out of the way, let's get started because there's quite a lot to cover. This Lucasfilm insider claims that they worked on all three movies in the Disney Star Wars trilogy, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker, but noted that they will not disclose who they are. According to the leaker, a different cut of J.J. Abrams' Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker exists in some sort of fashion. Though they only note that an assembly cut of what Abrams filmed before reshoots took place, the leaker does admit that it more closely resembles his original vision. Much like the long-requested and recently released Zack Snyder's Justice League, the J.J. Abrams Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker cut, its running time is somewhere close to 4 hours in length and features a plethora of scenes not found in theatrical film. Goody. Abrams directed The Force Awakens and then stepped down from Disney's sequel trilogy. At that point, Rian Johnson went on to direct The Last Jedi, and Abrams finally returned to direct The Rise of Skywalker. The information shared by the insider, however, suggests that not only were Abrams' ideas of The Force Awakens poorly received by the higher-ups at Disney, but that he was also hoping to work with George Lucas. Abrams had initially hoped to work with George, stated the leaker. That didn't work out. When George walked, JJ almost attempted the same. Iger stopped him. The leaker also mentioned how Rian is far more helpful with Lucasfilm, working with them instead of against them, only to add that frankly, this turned out to be a mistake for Rian due to Lucasfilm being indecisive, obviously. According to the alleged leaker, Abrams had a number of ideas that then newcomer Rey in The Force Awakens, including wanting Rey to be the granddaughter of Anakin, eventually pushing for her to be Luke's daughter he had with a fellow rebel after the war. As revealed by the insider, Abrams' original plan was to reveal that Luke and an unnamed Force archaeologist are Rey's real parents. The theatrical cut of The Rise of Skywalker opted instead to have Rey being related to Emperor Palpatine. Abrams' cut would have also seen Rey and Kylo's story being more tragic than initially seen in the theatrical cut. But he dies. How much more tragic can it get? Moving on, Abrams apparently included scenes which had hinted that Poe had feelings for Finn, according to the information shared by the leaker. There were hints of Poe's romantic interest in Finn, claims the leaker, yet in the end he gave his blessings to Finn and Rey. What's more, the leaker also clarifies that this doesn't necessarily make Poe strictly gay, as Abrams wanted Poe to have a happy ending with Zori, who in the theatrical cut of the movie has a very small role. You know what? I don't believe this shit. Let's just move on to the very end, the very important thing. Whether you are to believe this massive leak or not is up to you, but it is also worth pointing out that there are a few inconsistencies that should not be ignored. For one, why would there be a different cut of any Star Wars movie directed by Abrams? He made The Force Awakens and then moved on to work on another project while Rian Johnson took over for The Last Jedi. If Abrams was denied so many ideas by the higher-ups at Lucasfilm and Disney when working on The Force Awakens, why was he even brought back to work on The Rise of Skywalker? Another inconsistency they also found is that according to the leaker, Abrams couldn't work with Lucas on The Force Awakens, revealing that the creator of Star Wars walked from the project. The above isn't really true since Lucas never worked on The Force Awakens. This is something that even Bob Iger, the then CEO of Disney, mentioned in his Ride of a Lifetime Lessons Learned from 15 Years of a CEO of the Walt Disney Company book. Sure, Lucas did make outlines for all three movies in this new trilogy, which Disney actually bought, but he was only allowed to act as a creative consultant with no creative control over the movies. Disney was not contractually obligated to take advice from Lucas. Most of the information shared on the thread is stuff that has been theorized by the same Reddit community they posted this on, which is one of the reasons why a majority of the users commenting on the thread are calling this leak fake, and it doesn't help to know that the author deleted their account either. You know, I'm really happy that they put disclaimers out there because there are too many of these rumors that get reported as fact. It's fitting that 2020 was the year of the rat, because it was the year that all these motherfuckers got bold and put out the fake news that too many websites treat as gospel. So I'm calling bullshit on this. We've been burned countless times by these rumors, and it looks like people are finally waking up to it. Most of these leaks and rumors are just simple wish fulfillment. The leakers just put out there what they think the fans want to hear. Here's the way I see it. Guy puts out a fancy rumor because he wants you to feel all warm and toasty inside. Why shouldn't it? You figure you put the little rumor under your pillow at night and the rumor mill fairy comes by and makes the rumor true. Am I right? The point is, how do you know the fairy isn't some raving buffoon? Fill him full of empty hope, says the little fairy. Well, we're not buying it anymore. He sneaks into your house once, that's all it takes. The next thing you know, there's money missing off the dresser and your daughter's knocked up. I've seen it 100 times. But why do they put out those shitty rumors? Because they know all they sold you was a guaranteed piece of shit. That's all it is, isn't it? If you want me to take a dump in a box and tell you my sources confirmed it's in there, I will. I got spare time. But now, for your sake, for your daughter's sake, you might want to think about checking the facts. Filling the audience with empty promises is just about as bad as what Disney did to Star Wars. Instead of an empty mystery box, we got... What is an empty rumor that leads to nowhere for 500, Alex? It's fun to speculate, it's fun to come up with theories, but passing those things off as fact is a problem. We've now reached the point where websites report on these things, and the rumors get rolled into the news. When you Google Star Wars, these rumors look like news, but they're not. A bunch of fake news gets reported, and we get outlandish shit like this. New rumor says Star Wars reboot featuring Rey's son is now in development. Disney is reportedly developing a reboot of the Star Wars storyline with a brand new adventure set in a galaxy far, far away. According to recent details shared by the leaker and YouTuber Mike Zero, so as always take this with a grain of salt, the House of Mouse is said to have handed the Mandalorian showrunner Jon Favreau the reins to a Disney Plus project which will see Daisy Ridley's character Rey Skywalker give birth to a Force-sensitive son. Borrowing heavily from the non-canon Star Wars Legends material, this child is said to be named Cade Skywalker and will be conceived immaculately, similarly to Anakin. No! I thought Jon Favreau was busy with the Book of Boba Fett and possibly The Mandalorian, so why is he going to take on another show, and why are they going to do more Star Wars with Daisy Ridley? Their spirits having become intertwined during the Rise of Skywalker's climax, Ben Solo / Kylo Ren is to be considered the father by proxy after the latter sacrificed his life force to revive Rey following the pair's climactic showdown with the Emperor Palpatine. Continuing from this, Zero says that while Rey's offsprings will bear the name of the popular characters from Legends, it's currently unclear how the canon versions will differ, if at all. Now that stupid rumor was posted 5 days ago. It's so great that these rumors just pull shit from the EU, isn't it? Hell, they don't even act like they're not stealing from it directly. Lucasfilm does it, so why can't they? Look, telling us there's a similarity doesn't absolve you from the other bullshit you're lying about in the report. This website, We Got This Covered, is a joke. They're fake news central for pop culture. Putting out a disclaimer to cover yourself, but constantly covering the most baseless shit and reporting on it as news doesn't make you credible. That's too late for them anyway. Over on another website, another stupid Star Wars rumor has appeared, and this one is full of all the right words to make a nerd's blood boil. Star Wars, Brie Larson reportedly playing a Jedi more powerful than Rey in a Disney Plus series. Captain Marvel actress Brie Larson has long expressed her desire to star in a Lucasfilm project, and she's even volunteered on several occasions to appear in the Star Wars universe. To those unaware, Larson is an avid fan of the legendary science fiction franchise, and the thought of her not being considered for a Star Wars project almost seems criminal at this point, when you think about it. No the fuck it doesn't! Now a new rumor suggests that after years of lobbying for a role, Brie is finally in Star Wars. According to YouTube insider Mike Zero, the same guy who recently claimed that Keanu Reeves has been tapped by Jon Favreau for an animated Star Wars project, Larson is set to headline her own solo series, which revolves around a character, Maeve, a citizen Eternal Empire living during the Galactic War. Now, I looked this up a little bit, and I think I figured out Mike Zero's formula. Go to Wikipedia, type in anything, and then report it as it's coming to Disney fucking Plus. Here is who Maeve is. Maeve was a female human citizen of the Eternal Empire living during the Galactic War, a member of the Knights of Zakul. After the coronation of Empress Valen, she went into exile following the disgraced battalion commander Tasser. Tasser and her followers made significant progress in constructing a new star fortress on Rakata Prime's surface. However, following the death of Valen in 3630 BBY, they were discovered by the Eternal Alliance forces. A strike team was then dispatched to stop Tasser and her efforts, which confronted and killed Maeve. There you go, folks. We don't need a Disney Plus series. And by the way, if she's so fucking powerful, more powerful than Rey and Luke, how did she get killed already? Now let's get something straight. He is not an insider. The words YouTube insider Mike Zero make no sense in that order. It's not Mike Zero who I'm mad at. Anyone who believes a guy with a track record that bad is a problem. And I'm mad at this sentence. Even if the rumor doesn't amount to anything, it's safe to assume that an actress of Brie Larson's caliber will still end up in a Star Wars franchise. No! This is an attempt to pass the blame. It doesn't amount to anything, so why give all the attention required to report it? Because they make money. All this shit is about money. The lies get clicks. They know this stuff ain't real, and the fans, we know. The walls are closing in, and that's why they put out these disclaimers. They used to not put out the disclaimers, but now they're out of control and they're hoping their house of cards won't topple. That's what happens when you build your foundation on the sand. Looking back at the initial leak, the big one from Reddit, I think this is conveniently timed. J.J. Abrams is about to embark on Superman over at DC. With that terrible writer and the Snyder Cut all the rage. This whole thing is playing off the hype of the Snyder Cut. People were demanding that film. No one knew, gave, or currently gives two shits about the rise of Skywalker, so who the hell is out there campaigning for a 4-hour cut of this? The small vocal minority? Remember that phrase? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Star Wars needs the press, so here it is. Hey Disney, people would talk about Star Wars if your films were good. The old ones were so great that we never stopped talking about them, and that was over 40 years ago. Barely a year removed from the rise of Skywalker, and we only talk about it to make fun of it. Disney Star Wars is truly dead. So what do you guys think about all of this? Again, I just don't think any of it's real. The leaks, the rumors, who gives a shit? I'm sure there's another edit of The Rise of Skywalker, like a producer's edit or whatever, the assembly cut, before all the reshoots. So, if you follow that logic, there's another version that was done before the reshoots. That doesn't mean anything. Every fucking movie has, what is it called? Work print is the word I'm looking for. It's not done. So acting like this is all of a sudden another 4-hour cut to get people hyped. Look, it's not coming to Disney Plus because it's not getting made. There'd have to be money put into this. Why would they do that? Oh, the Justice League didn't make money, so why did they do that over there? Because people wanted that shit. I want the Rise of Skywalker cut. Good, maybe if you can get 4 million other fucking people to tweet about it, then they'll do it. But until then, the normies didn't give a shit. They abandoned ship. The normies abandoned ship right after The Last Jedi. That's why The Rise of Skywalker made less than that film. It's kind of sad a Star Wars trilogy ends with a whimper instead of a bang. So folks, what do you guys think about this? Let me know down in the comments section. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment. We have it on good authority that both help. And if you're in the mood to help while you're down there, click on the link. Pick up a copy of Stealing Solo, the Fandom Menace edition. It's a comic book written and drawn by me with a cover by Anna, that Star Wars girl, and it's beautiful. But if you don't read comics and you love the Fandom Menace, go over there and pick up a pack of Fandom Menace trading cards. One pack has 10 cards in it, and it features some of your favorite YouTubers like myself, Anna, that Star Wars girl, Cecil the Hutt, and more. Folks, those are available until May 2nd, and once they're gone, they're gone. So make sure you guys back that now and support independent art. So I'm gonna go, it's late here, but I'll be back tonight with the podcast. So in the meantime, folks, be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other.